Hello and welcome, my soul tribe. We are going to do a general reading, and if I feel called to, I will do an extended, and that extended will be in my Patreon extended videos only membership, which is linked below. Okay, so let's get into this. Remember, only receive what aligns, release what doesn't. Don't give your power away to a reading or an outcome. You are a conscious creator, and you can shift your timeline with your free will choice, as can others with their free will choice. So the main energy coming forward today is the Ten of Wands and the Page of Wands. Okay, and what was funny is when I took the picture for this thumbnail, in between the Ten of Wands and just below here, just below her foot, I had the flash on. And so there is like this bright light that is right behind the Page of Wands. So let's start with the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is a great release. In this deck in particular, it's something, especially with these three torches here, just like the Three of Wands, which is preparing. It's something that you have been moving towards, something you've been preparing for. The Ten of Wands is when something's become, too much. We've taken on too much. We've pushed ourselves too far. It's the end of a cycle. The beauty of the Ten of Wands is it's when we just release, we let go of that baggage. We send it on its way, whether it's energetic, whether, it's time for spring cleaning and creating space. But the major message around this is that we are up leveling to a higher. Some of you, it feels like a higher timeline, or it's connecting in more with your alignment with your soul blueprint. Okay. And that is going to bring forth a lot of happiness for you. But of course, before we do that, just like with anything, like let's say you were actually physically moving, you have to prepare, you have to pack, you have to clean, right? So this is that work. Okay, but again, with the Ten of Wands, this is something you've been working on for a while. Okay, you've maybe been gathering boxes, you've been separating out items of what you're going to donate, what you're going to throw out, what you're going to keep. This is taking stock of our life and realizing what are we taking with us to our next timeline. Now, a shift in your timeline does not mean you physically move locations, although it can be that way. It's your experience changes to be much more aligned with where you are, right? So sometimes a shift in our timeline doesn't necessarily mean that we have all this like physical change that happens in our experience, although that can be the case. Sometimes it's how we feel, it's our own frequency, it's how we navigate our experience. Things that triggered us no longer trigger us, because we've done that healing work, we've shifted out the energy. Sometimes it's just feeling lighter, waking up feeling happier, waking up feeling more motivated and energized and hopeful. So that's what we've been preparing for, whether it's, again, whether it's been emotional, energetic, physical, spiritual, all of the above, you've been preparing for this major release. Okay. And as you see, she's not going uphill. She's moving downhill. Now, some of you with the wands, because that can represent action as well. Some of you, this is prioritizing, not taking on, energies or responsibilities that are not yours anymore. Karma, a lot of us that are people pleasers, we take on karma of others that we don't even realize that we're doing, right? Just by, running through that programming, right? And that it's like an unconscious sort of way of living, when we are operating from that place of people pleasing, right? So this is the release of that, right? Some of you too, this is the release of, anything that doesn't align, some of your habits, your actions, your beliefs. It can also have to do with releasing relationships or, connections with others that no longer align, right? So there's many ways to interpret this card, but the beauty of it is it's the release. It's the end of that cycle, right? And then we have the Page of Wands, and the fact that there was that light, even though I didn't know that the flash was on the camera, light right there is like you have, because it's like that light would be creating that momentum to move you forward. So it's like spirit, a guide, an angel, an ancestor has your back here, right? That source energy has your back as you're moving forward. Now we know the Page of Wands is not the full energy, right? It's not like a major new beginning, but it's one step forward. It's one shift that can create, a lot of levity in your experience. It can create a lot of joy in your experience. Look at all this energy that's now freed up. Look at the difference between the colors here. Yellow represents the solar plexus. That's the will center. That's the space where we make our decisions and we stand in our truth, and we create our experience through our free will choice. It's also the gut, right? The solar plexus is close to the gut, so we think about like our gut instincts as well, and you're following that, you're aligning with that, and you're taking just one courageous step forward towards something that you feel very aligned with after this release, okay, with the 10 of Wands. And it's exciting. It's exciting. Look at all the golden yellow energy, okay? You might even feel like you woke up this morning, you have more energy because there's been this significant shift. Now, when we get into the tarot, we have the Emperor and we have the Devil energy, okay? So some of you, there was a big shift within your ego that you did the releasing, because the Devil energy is what holds us back, okay? It could be some, a decision that you made to release something toxic. Again, whether it's a behavior, a person, a relationship, equally so, this could be someone in your experience releasing something toxic here, right? But the Emperor energy is about stepping forward into your power, about creating your life, okay? The Emperor energy is, you leading your life, okay? You being a main character in your experience. Maybe breaking away from the crowd and choosing what is most aligned for you, okay, with this Emperor energy, okay? So anything that was maybe creating energy leaks in your life, maybe it was too much social media, maybe it was just too much noise, you're changing your patterns, you're changing your behaviors, your priorities, your focus. I mean, look at the focused look in that Emperor's eyes, right? And we see how the spiritual energy, the source energy, is going to this, this piece here, right? This chess piece. It's the king, right? Of course it is. So that's the energy of, like, again, you tuning in with your instincts and knowing the next step that you want to make, but also being aware of any ways you were sabotaging yourself, your success, your happiness, your health, or any sort of people that you were allowing in your experience to do that. Then we have a big release with the 10 of Swords, okay? And the 3 of Cups. Now, this could be a few different things. The 10 of Swords here, is typically, this can be the energy leak energy. It can be an energy of betrayal, walking away from those who betrayed you, trusting in your instincts of those that are for you and those who are not, right? It's a matter of alignment, and it's a matter of knowing those who energize you versus those who drain you. Okay, that's really, and it's a consistent thing. Like, you will be able to identify who drains you and who energizes you and be able to set boundaries. But the 10 of Swords with the 10 of Wands is like an ending of a cycle, an ending of overgiving, an ending of all these different energy leaks, right? An ending of, dealing with more, it's like burden and pain, and can even be emotional as well, or just like people that created problems. While you were seeking solutions, others were creating problems. Those are the people where what they have is not good enough, or they're constantly like triggering to be around. Understand that there are certain people in this life that will continually trigger you to wear you down and to manipulate you, right? Those are the people you have to set boundaries with. Those are the people you have to identify as, okay, this person is too wounded for me to be able to have around me, right? They're those that want to heal, but those that want to manipulate, those that want to feed off of energy, those that just want to throw you off, right? Throw you off your game, throw you off your success. So you're able to identify this, okay, and set those healthy boundaries and move away from toxic energies or toxic patterns or toxic belief systems. And you're taking your power back, and your ancestors are watching you and they're so proud of you. Your guides are watching you and they're so proud of you with this 3 of Cups energy. Some of you can interpret this as some sort of third-party energy releasing, right? Something that was sabotaging, releasing. You know, this is where you put your foot down. This is where you stand up for yourself. This is where you change your experience because you step into your power and your free will choice. And look at this, the Six of Wands and the Knight of Wands. Look at the freed up energy. There's also a sense of like really positive public recognition for what you have achieved, right? If not from, you know, people that are here, you know, this could be in spirit as well, cheering you on, your guides, your ancestors, recognizing the courage it took to overcome what you did, recognizing the strength and trust that and confidence that you've had in yourself to create this shift. And there's more joy and there's more celebration and there's more adventure and, you know, fun in your experience because of this decision, you know, that you have created here for yourself, because you've released some, you know, you've released some toxic energy, toxic behavior. And look at that, Ace of Swords, Nine of Cups. Some of you, it was just distraction that was getting in the way of you aligning with what is your true happiness, what is your true wish fulfillment. Okay. So this is beautiful. This is something to celebrate. This is a shift in your timeline. Okay, I'm going to now take this into the extended. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and click on the link for my Patreon extended videos only membership, and you will have access to that. I'm going to continue with this beautiful message. Take the best care of yourself. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're leaving me here, I hope that this brought you inspiration and joy and support, knowing that Source has your back as you move forward to align with your happiness, to align with your wish fulfillment on a higher timeline, and give you the courage to release the distractions or the toxicity that was holding you back from creating this beautiful shift in your experience. So thank you so much. Take the best care, and I will see you soon.